This week in Spiral Knights, it's already happened, and man, crazy fast. Week 1 of the preview server has already passed. They took it down, and then they uploaded week 2 of the preview server. You can see in the background footage, it's me and Carbon messing around. Carbon invited me. He stacked up 38 spikes onto a Trojan, and no joke, this is just a VOD. It legit took me like 11 minutes to beat it, to kill this thing. Like, it's insane. The more you stack them up, man, the scaling is just ridiculous. They get so crazy tanky. I think it's like plus 100% on everything, like per spike. I don't understand it. It's a very interesting mechanic. We will go over that right now, really. Couple of things. So the preview server reopens Monster Spikes round 2. Greetings, we've made a few changes and have reopened the preview server for more spike testing. Below the changes since the last test. They readjusted the spike boost, the speed and the power, so no more supersonic moonwalking monsters, which is true. You don't have the speed and power apparently, but I mean, the power, they still hit like a truck, and as you can see here, they're crazy tanky. So I don't know. There's a spike will glow warm before spawning in. Spikes will no longer appear in missions or boss levels, and fire crystals are locked for trade-in, and spikes only sell for 1 crown. A lot of these are kind of like all of the buy sell numbers you're seeing are placeholders. Yeah, so it's like it's probably going to change. Feel free to provide feedback on what you think of balanced choices, but please keep in mind that what you see on the preview will likely change. And then just the normal preview stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I do think the concept is a bit interesting. I'm very curious about how it will implement into the actual game. From my own testing, it's low-key not that fun. This is fun because we're in a preview server and you basically have unlimited sparks. But if I was doing this on my actual account, I would not be enjoying this at all because it's actually just unplayable. Mind you, this is 38 spikes, so you're not gonna do this unless you're like intentionally trying to ruin your run. But that being said, like even 3 spikes on an enemy, they get crazy tanky, crazy quick. There's certain enemies that are very difficult in my experience. Things like gremlin healers, for example. If there's the 2 gremlin healers and both have some spikes, like what do you do? Because they just constantly heal back. They're zooming around. It's hard to even kill one of them in the first place. It just becomes very, very overpowered very quickly. So I don't think it's like super fun with the state that it's in now. I do think they're going to keep changing it and mix it up. I do like certain aspects of it. I think like the sound effects are quite cool. I actually quite like that. I've seen some comments that the sound effects apparently, that people feel like it doesn't fit the sound effects of Spiral Knights. I disagree. I think it fits in well, or well enough. I like the visuals. I think it's pretty, and like the background visuals as well. Like you can see like the little lines going up. I think those parts are really cool. It's like an Aurora Borealis aspect to it in the background scenes, which is really nice. I've heard mentioned in the Discords that rewards were changed, like Depth 24, you could get Radiant Crystals. In my runs that I was doing, I didn't see that, so I'm not sure if that is changed or not. If they do make that change, that would be amazing. But I haven't seen it in this week's server testing, so we'll see. It is mayhem, man. These things are crazy. It really is just crack cocaine for all of the enemies. It's kind of mental. I've seen some fun ideas of like maybe having the crystals, the spikes appear on one of the arcade gates at a time. So like one arcade gates has the crystals, or it being like an event type thing where it's, you know, a week in Spiral Knights, the arcade has this, and then there's certain rewards. I do think it's interesting enough where if there's decent rewards, like maybe like some cool shields or some cosmetics or some new weapons and armors that you can get from this as an event, I think I'd grind it. Outside of that, it's kind of like really all they're doing is upping the stats on the enemies. The most mechanic aspect of it is basically like, can you pick up the spikes and pick up the spikes before the enemies pick them up? And that is its own gameplay mechanic. But outside of that, it's really just stats go up, and I always find that a little bit lazy. So I'm excited to see them testing things out. It's really cool that we have a preview server. I am not super amazed by this. I think parts of it are done really nicely. I don't hate it. I'm kind of like, all right. I'm very curious about how they will actually implement into the game, because I think that will change my opinion on it quite drastically as to how it actually flows through. If it is just kind of like randomly chucked in the arcade, I'm kind of whatever about it. But anyway, moving on. So there is a testing feedback, which if you read through, there's quite a lot in there. There were those small patches. They did do 2 small patches. I will read through this one. So They fixed gear with activities to be in the right state while in the ready room. Fixed gear with activities to be in the right state while in the ready room. I think that's like... I actually don't know what that means. Activities? I think that's the ones where it's like based on your action. Like if you're shielding, it changes the cosmetic visual. I don't really know. Anyway, turns into it's the new accessory. Okay. Oh, yes, I see. The accessory that is like based on if you're idling and stuff like that. Yes, I see. That makes sense. Changes to treasure vaults. There's fewer minis. They fixed issues of how metal lockboxes were awarding. All box drop chances should be even across the board for all knights, regardless of age, activity, etc. Fair and square, even Steven. This is a massive change to the back end. I know that there were some people who were sort of abusing the lockbox awarding. I heard like some theories of like, depending on how many lockboxes you had and how many you opened, then there was like a set cap within the month that you would get from the elevator. Very complicated, and I don't think anyone really fully understood how it worked, but apparently some people did because they were abusing getting lockboxes. So maybe it's annoying for them, but I think overall good for the health of the game if people are just getting it even Steven across their accounts. I think that's kind of nice. I haven't played too much, so I don't know how often boxes are dropping. Maybe we could take a quick look at... Like, maybe we go to the auction house and just look at how many lock boxes are on the auction house. That could give us a sense of whether more are dropping. I'm on the preview server, never mind. This is on the preview server, so I don't think I'll see anything, but I'll chuck it in there. I don't know if it's tied to the actual server or not. Maybe it is. Yeah. Box? Yeah, it's a preview server. There's nothing on this. My bad. Anyway, well, I guess we'll keep our eye on that. They added mini monster garage blocks to the Crucible, so it doesn't impact too many people. And there were some behind-the-scenes server and security improvements as well. They are extremely common now. Oh, that's kind of cool. So mirrored lockboxes prices dropped massively. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that boxes are more common. It is a little bit sad because mirrored lockboxes were kind of nice. It was cool to be like, if I do get a mirrored lockbox, I've just earned myself 1,000,000 crowns. That was kind of a nice feeling. But I think overall, it's probably healthy for the game to have more. Destroying Dust Bunny dens makes a sound on Krogmo's dialogue. Show players/waiters for all regions in the mouse hover tooltip. That's cool. Players, waiters for all regions in the mouse hover tooltip on Krogmo's dialogue. What? Several server improvements. Hang on, I gotta see this. Is this in the preview server? It might not be. Did I go to the correct place? I did not. I wanted to go to arcade, actually. I think they're talking about, if I'm understanding this correctly, this guy over here. This is not King Krogmo. Never mind. I don't think this is what they're talking about. Krogmo's dialogue. But there is no Krogmo. Is it on like Colosseum? Maybe this is King Krogmo's dialogue over here, and then this shows you all the signups across the servers. I don't know. That does sound interesting though. It sounds like it'd be pretty helpful. In the pre-game lobby in PvP. Okay, so you have to be in the actual lobby, yeah. I never knew that was a thing in the first place. Show players waiters for all regions of their mouse hover tooltip. Interesting. And more server improvements. Cool. Good to see. I did see this post in the forums. I thought this was interesting. People have been accusing that there's a energy market bot. Basically, they're saying you place an order or a buy order of like 40 units and it'll slowly shuffle its orders around to one up you. The bot is what they're saying. You remove the orders and it will move its orders back up. It always has the same timing, very bot-like. I thought that was kind of curious. In fact, the person's been running the bot for a couple of weeks already and already emailed Grey Haven, so they had a little bit more evidence here. I just thought this was interesting because they linked their own email. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So they recorded evidence of like the potentially someone has a bot that's manipulating the market, the energy market, which is not. It's probably not ideal. And Spiral Knight support actually replied to them and they said, thank you for the detailed report and video evidence. This is really helpful and we've passed it along the team for investigation. The other thing that they added on there is, as a entirely separate note, if Grey Haven's could add an accept all mark all mail button to the mail system, it'll be vastly appreciated. And they said, on the mail system suggested, noted and passed along as well. It's a good quality of life idea, which I thought was cool. So they definitely know, they have an idea of maybe adding that into the game, which is pretty nice. On other news, this is much more on the grindy mechanical side of Spiral Knights, but community aspect. There is Spiral Knights Bingo. People want a shout out over here for the Spiral Knights Bingo, just to see if there's more players that might be interested in signing up. It's a pretty cool system that they figured out. I don't know if you've ever seen like Trackmania Racing. They do bingo in that and basically like try to beat maps, or even Minecraft Bingo where you do different tasks and then you do a bingo of 5. It's a similar concept. So you have, best of 5, try to find a line that you can complete faster than the other player. So for example, talk to Palmer Scout, deliver supplies to the Soulfork Night Camp, things like that. And try to do that as fast as possible. So a little bit of a community, versing each other type of thing. Kind of cool, kind of fun. I like it. Like to see it in the game. Moving over to the Reddit. Just thought we'd give a skim through. Actually, maybe we'll leave Reddit last. I'll go to the Discords first. Coliseum Crucible. I don't think there's anything new. I always just kind of keep my eye out on the Treasure Vault just to see if anyone's got like some cool maps that they want to share there. Hello Narman, you did not miss the stream, you're here. I'm streaming still. Announcements, there's all the game updates. I don't think there's anything too much over there. The Golden Slime Casino has ended, so that has passed on. Night Launcher announcements, the player count will now also take into consideration players in the preview server. So for transparency's sake, you can now view all the data individually when clicking the Learn More button. So I thought that was kind of nice, very nice little addition. Over to the arcade, it should have the same announcements. Special listings over here. We had Prismatic Glow Eyes and Prime Bombhead Mask, so kind of the normal things, nothing too crazy. Energy Market still sitting about that 2.7 mark. I haven't really seen it move much at all outside of that. And the Furnace should have the same updates as well. So with that said, back to the Reddit. I forgot to open DMs. I don't know what this post is, but some cool artwork. Near incomprehensible meme from my guild. Dry. And then the room is called Dry. Is there a sound with this? Don't understand it at all. It is incomprehensible. I don't get it. Anyway, moving on. Bug. Anybody else having trouble loading into Haven? I'm able to start and finish a mission, but when it comes to sending me to Haven, the screen just turns black and nothing happens. I have that sometimes. This is an Australian server issue, I believe. You just have to wait it out, which is kind of annoying. The duality of tier 2 bosses. Royal Jelly. Just deal damage until he's dead. And then Rawless Twins. Reach a switch. Cause them to hit each other with their own rockets. Deal as much damage as possible in a limited time window. Survive another 5 minutes for another lineup. Repeat at least 5 times. I do like that. Is a duality of bosses. That's a good meme. Optional double switch keybind. I don't think I'm gonna read that. Arcana vs AP for PvP high ping. I'm kind of curious about this. So I'm confused between running Arcana or Argent Peacemaker with my final flourish for PvP experience. Do know that I play on 160 ping, so I can't be much precise and would always require some guesswork. Arcana is probably the move. I think I agree with this. At that high ping, low ping players who have great skill will kill you before you even see them anyway. I think the bigger thing with high ping is like the bullets. You kind of want a bullet that's more forgiving with the hitbox because it's more likely to hit. And I think the Argent Peacemaker is just kind of too hard on high ping. Average arcade experience. Meta players, I fucking hate you. I like playing with my toys. Casual players. And this is so sad. I find it so sad that this is a thing. There's a lot of discourse about this. I kind of wish it was a bit more calmed down. There is very much a like meta player and like grinder versus arcade player, like casual player. And I think it's kind of sad. I mean, can't we just both play the game how we want to play the game and just enjoy it and that be okay? Is that too much to ask? Apparently. Anyway, Fangel, shout out Fangel for posting on the Reddit that the testing servers are live. That's good. And a community event. Wait, what is this? We put Snarless in casualties unknown. What game is this? They put Snarless in it. It's kind of sick. Kill. Everyone hates the Glacius out of the Brandish line, but I love it. I mean, hey, if you like it, play with it. It's good. I don't know what this game is. What is this? I have not seen this. Community event, the tourney of singular stars. A few hours of lockdown using only 0-star and 1-star equipment, making PvP a viable experience for new players. That's cool. Hey, they're going to stream it too. 8th of the 8th. That's 2 days. By the time you're seeing this, in basically 1 day. Or maybe 2 days still. I am going camping this weekend, so I won't be there for this, unfortunately. But this is cool. It's basically tiered lockdown, low-star gear. Very nice. I am down. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this turns out to be. That is going to be everything in this week in Spiral Knights, though. Thank you all for watching. There's some exciting things. I think the preview server is very cool. It's kind of changing up. I should note that they did change the prices here as well. It is better than last time, but it's also because the drop rates of the spikes are much less. So now you have like 15 per 1 crystal. It's still not great. It's still not worth it, but you know, better. Anyway, I do love the new backgrounds. I just like this new event just purely for these Aurora Borealis stuff in the background. Like, how pretty is that? Stop it. Stop showing me arcade when I don't want to see arcade. I just like the background. Anyway, thanks all for watching. I'll catch you all in next week's episode of This Week in Spiral Knights. Who knows, they might have week 3 of the preview server in testing happening, so we'll keep up with that and see what changes they come up with. I'm very curious, and I guess we'll find out later. Catch you all next week. Bye-bye.